Live right now. All right. So, real quick run through of what we do here. For those of you who are watching for the first time, we've allowed you all some insight on something we've been doing for a few months now, and some of us for a few years. So, with the Network Self Investment Book Club, we have many different books that we read, and we also implement specific challenges that tailor certain skills so that we can practice those things for our growth and development. Now, the most recent challenge we've had is mock court trials. So, the book that everyone was reading was called The Six C's of Storytelling. And after the six C's of storytelling, you actually was assigned a specific court case, and you have to be either the prosecutor or the defendant. So tonight court case is on the movie American Gangster, where we will have Nick and Flo. Flo is going to be the prosecutor of Frank Lucas, is it? And Sir Nicholas is going to be the defendant. So briefly, how that works is Flo is going to have 3 minutes to present the first part of her case. There's a minute buffer in between if they want to use it. Nick is going to have 3 minutes to present his defense. There's a minute buffer in between. Flo is going to have 3 minutes to present her second side. Nick is going to have 3 minutes to present his second side. And then the last round, Flo is going to have 2 minutes. Nick is going to have 2 minutes. And then there's a 1 minute closing section for both of us. So the overall trial runs about 18 minutes. But the part that I really want y'all to lock in on is the deliberations. Now, of course, their defense and prosecution is vital, but I think that the deliberations, it holds very vital perspective to just how many different people think different ways. And I think that's the part that most of you will find the most value from. So with that being said, Nick, Flo, are y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. So can I get one of you all to get us a timer? I can't do a timer and be on this at the same time. I got an iPhone, but it don't do all that yet. Can I get somebody to put a 3 minute time on the clock?
I got you. I got you. Okay, hold on a second.
Did I hear her say I got you?
Yep, I'm
Why I
ready.
can't hear her?
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Uh, no, I can't.
I'm interpreting over here, Alicia.
Let me make sure everybody's on stage. Y'all give me just a minute. Uh, all right. All right. She got the timer started?
All right, ready? Y'all can start, or whoever's going
Can
first can
Flo
start
hear her?
now.
Because I can't.
I'm ready.
Okay, Flo, your time starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case is about power, profit, and manipulation. Frank Lucas did not possess drugs for personal use. He possessed drugs to sell. He organized networks to distribute. He ran a system to traffic control drugs, control substance. You will see evidence of distrib- distribution systems, money operation, and organized control. This was not a mistake. This was not accidental. This was a criminal enterprise. At the end of the trial, the evidence will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Frank Lucas is guilty of all charges.
Okay, you have about 2 minutes left. Would you like to use it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Nick, your 3 minutes. Wait, did I get a buffer? Does he get a buffer now or later?
All right. Can you
I
hear me,
forgot.
Nick?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a minute buffer in between. Would you like to use it?
Minute buffer in between like rebuttal against something or like what do you okay.
Do you want to take 60 seconds to get anything else together before your 3 minutes start?
Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
All right. Give him 60 seconds.
Thanks.
Okay, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay.
Oh, I see the problem. I need to make a co-host so that if I have to refresh my screen for audio purposes, it won't kick her out. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm new to this stream bird thing. It's the longest 60 seconds of my life. Let me refresh my screen while we wait.
Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes now.
Okay, Nick, your 1 minute is up. And so your 3 minutes will start now.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, before Frank Lucas was ever called a kingpin, before he was able labeled a trafficker, before headlines reduced him to a villain, okay, he was a poor black boy. Allow me an opportunity to set the narrative and set the tone of who we're talking about here. He grew up in a country where opportunity did not arrive equally. Okay, he watched men who worked hard still struggle. And in America, we got to be honest about something. For generations, black men have been labeled dangerous before they are known, assumed guilty before they are heard, defined by stereotype before they are defined by evidence. But that history does not define this case, but it does demand awareness. When you hear the name trafficker, smuggler, drug empire, what image comes to mind? Uh, you think of someone reckless, someone maniacal, someone that has a directly inconsiderate for human life. Give me a second. The law requires that we separate image from the individual. Okay, the prosecution may show you a negotiation. They may show you money. They even may show you associations, and without realizing it, it becomes easy to assume that he must be in control. But easy is not the standard. They must prove he possessed drugs personally. They must prove that he personally intended to distribute, and they must show dominion and control, and not assume it because of his status, race, or reputation. Remember a plea, and you may hear about a guilty plea later on in this case. A guilty plea in the face of overwhelming power and stacked charges is nothing but an immoral confession. And in the eyes of the law, that is a direct violation of his Fifth Amendment. That is called a coerced confession. We'll get to that later. It's calculation. When the weight of the system presses down and your back is against the wall, survival becomes your only strategy. Okay? This courtroom is different now. Here, the Constitution stands between accusation and conviction because assumptions are not enough. He say, she say is not enough. History is not enough. Reputation is not enough. Okay? Frank Lucas does not stand before you as a stereotype. No, he's not a stereotypical black man. He stands before you as a man presumed innocent. And unless the government proves with clear, direct, undeniable evidence that he committed the exact elements of these crimes, the law demands only one verdict, and that's not guilty. Thank you.
Okay, that is your time. Flo, would you like a 1 minute buffer before you do your next session?
I would like to utilize my all buffers to bring forth the witness.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You want to use the rest of your buffers for the whole case on this specific one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong. That's a total of 3 minutes, right? Okay. Anybody else? That's a total of 3 minutes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Thank you. Okay. Flo, your 3 minute buffer time starts now.
Okay. State your name for the court, please.
Jimmy Z.
Jimmy Z. Okay. And did you work with Frank Lucas?
Yes, I did.
What was his role?
Leader. He was over the whole entire organization. He also controlled, supplied, and distributed money, and he was in charge.
Did he give orders?
Yes, ma'am, he did. Everything went through him.
All right. I don't have any further questions for the witness.
Okay. You still have 2 minutes on your buffer time.
Can I reserve the rest if needed?
Yep, you can reserve the last
Okay.
2 minutes. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
So your 3 minutes of your round two starts now.
So I still have a closing statement, right?
So this is your second 3 minutes for the second round. And then after this, you have a 2 minute round. And then the last 1 minute is your closing statement.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen of the court, this was not a coincidence. That was not rumor. This was not a misunderstanding. This was a system, a network, an operation, an enterprise. The drugs, money, witness, structure, organization all point to one truth. Frank Lucas knowingly trafficked drugs. He possessed drugs with intent to distribute. He led a criminal organization. This law is clear. The evidence is clear. Justice must be clear. We ask you to return the verdict of guilty on all counts. I would like for the jury to, at this time, review the evidence, Exhibit A, B, and C.
Are we keeping time of where we are in the three? Is this included in the 3 minutes?
Yes, the timer is still going. I got this. I promise.
Oh, okay. How long was that video? Jesus Christ.
Okay, that is the end of Flo's 3 minutes. So at this time, I would like to ask the jury if they are still reviewing any of her footage to stop at this time because that is the end of her time. So, Nick, would you like your buffer time between before this next session?
Yes, please.
Okay, your 1 minute of buffer time starts now. Okay, Nick, that is the end of your buffer time. So your 3 minutes will start now.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's take the emotions out of this. Okay. I want to address something that the prosecution said earlier. She brought a witness to the stand. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with Mr. Frank Lucas on a personal scale, but who is this witness? First of all, who is he? Okay, what are his motives in cooperating with with this case? I mean, is he trying to get off? Is he trying to get a reduced sentence? We really can't. She really wasn't specific with the relationship here. Okay, and who's to say that when a person is drowning in potential charges or coercion, if their back is against the wall, what they would do? If the strongest evidence against my client is an accusation, then reasonable doubt is louder than I thought. Okay, uh, she may even show you in the future. The prosecution may even show you in the future heroin seized in large quantities. But did they show you Frank Lucas physically possessing it? Nope. They showed you money recovered from a home. Is cash illegal? No. Last I heard, I got about 20,000 in a bag in my dressing room. That shouldn't. There's no direct law associated with that. Okay. Um, and then she even showed you associates. Okay. And I want to mention something here. This club negotiation that she suggested. Okay. Um, were they exchanging physical drugs? Were they talking about the equal exchange of drugs on a monetary level? No, no, no. No possession of drugs or heroin were involved. No direct possession, no direct transactions, no direct monetary transactions were involved. No physical possession, no talk of physical possession. Okay. When law enforcement builds a case around a powerful black individual in a drug investigation, it's so easy to assume leadership. Okay, how easy is it to say he must be in control? But the law does not allow must have. It requires proof of dominion and control. Testimony of a witness or he say is he say she say. Okay, under coercion, we all know that's that's not admissible in court anyway. Hearsay, she say. Constructive possession means knowledge plus the power to control the substance. We don't see that here. Where's the fingerprint? Where's the recorded order? Where's the control by directly from him? You didn't see it. You heard testimony from a cooperating witness.
That is the end of your time. So at this time, Flo, would you like to use any buffer time?
No, ma'am. I'm gonna keep it though.
Okay. Your 2 minutes for your next session starts now.
So the council mentioned that um, the witness, what was his relationship to um, Frank Lucas? He was his cousin. Um, he also mentioned the motive. He was captured for uh, attempted murder of his girlfriend, and he wanted to try to get off. He was offered a plea bargain in exchange to wear a wire to get Frank Lucas convicted.
Okay, you still have about 1 minute left. Would you like to use that time?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Nick, would you like to use your buffer time?
Yes.
Okay. Your 1 minute buffer time starts now.
Okay. Are we in round? We're in round three now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nick, that is the end of your buffer time. And so your 2 minutes will start now.
Alrighty. Okay. 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 Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's reduce this case down to law. Two charges: drug trafficking, possession with intent to distribute. Each charge requires specific elements. If even one element is proven beyond reasonable doubt, your duty is clear. Okay? Start with possession. Government must prove actual possession, physical control, or constructive possession. Okay? The counsel, the prosecution presented a cousin. Okay? If you, before I go any further, if you will please go with me to Exhibit A and watch about 30 seconds of that clip, please. Whenever you're ready, you all can, jury members, you can watch it now. Give me about 30, 45 seconds of that clip, please, if you don't mind. All right, that should be good. That should be enough. I'm not. If you're satisfied, I'll proceed with my case here. But like I said before, there was no actual possession. Okay, so the prosecution brought a witness earlier in the case and mentioned that he was family. He may have been family, but according to Exhibit
Can't
A,
hear nothing.
can you hear me now?
That's the end of
We
your
can't hear
time.
you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh God. Oh
Well, I
man. Can
can.
I? Can I? Did everybody hear me? Flo, did you hear me?
I
Flo,
can't
can you
either,
hear
Kevin.
Nick?
Anybody else can hear?
Anybody hear
I
me?
can hear him.
Mic check.
Can I hear
Mic
who?
check.
I can't hear nobody but you, huh?
Can you hear me, Flo?
Yes.
Okay, Nick, say something. Can you hear
Hello.
Nick?
Hey, yo.
No.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Nick, go out and come back in.
Okay.
So for everybody else, who didn't hear Nick for the last 2 minutes?
I heard him up to the point to where he suggested us to watch the evidence that he presented, and that was the last I've heard of him. Besides after watching the video.
Okay.
It look like we moving over here.
Aw, so
So is everybody moving
Everybody
over here? I'm confused.
because nobody was a lot of people wasn't able to hear each other. No. I don't know why. Every time I added somebody to the stage, it was messing with the audio. I have to figure out what that is. No. But I was hearing y'all 20 things.
Well, I heard him too, but not everybody else did after the video.
What level is that?
I said I heard him too, but not everybody else did after the video.
Yeah, I'm about to figure out what that's doing. But go ahead. What we at?
So here's